However, she doesn't meditate. She's not protected, and she has a lot of trouble. And I told her, you need to meditate, you need to meditate, you need to meditate. And when she met me, she was looking at me like I was from another planet. And then I learned, she let me learn in a very casual way that she could see the energy to the spirit world. And she can see that at a distance, and she has a beautiful gifts. And then I realized that she saw my aura, which is more strong than the regular people. But I didn't know that because she could see that. She was looking at me like that. And on the second session I had with her, she was looking at my chakras. She says, Carlos, you have something done by crystals. And I said, I never owned a crystal. I don't even know what crystals are for, which was the truth. She didn't understand that the meditation gives this extra energy. Because the meditation, the Reiki meditation, cleans the chakras, so we have more energy. The aura that we have is directly proportionally to the energy that the chakras have. If we have energy blockages, we don't have that much energy going through the chakras. So our aura is weak or small. I cannot emphasize enough the importance of meditation. I have a very good friend. She's an amazing healer, the best distance healer that I know. Her distant healing sessions are freaking awesome, powerful, so powerful. The first time that I had a session with her, hands-on session, she told me, I would like to give you a Reiki session. I was paying. I mean, when I met her, she offered me a distance session the next morning. So I think I woke up very early before my family woke up, and she told me, just lay down. I went to the living room, lay down on the carpet, and exactly at the time, I didn't, she told me, you just lay down. We don't need to talk on the phone. We don't need to see each other on a video. And exactly at the time, I think it was 7 a.m., something like that, or 6 a.m. I don't. I saw like I start feeling going down, 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 down the earth, like, I don't know, 10 feet or more. And it's like I was in a chamber, in a space, going down, down. I was there for 1 hour and then I came up. I never felt something like that. So my energy body did something. So I learned a lot from her. However, she doesn't meditate. She's not protected, and she has a lot of trouble. And I told her, you need to meditate, you need to meditate, you need to meditate. And when she met me, she was looking at me like I was from another planet. And then I learned, she let me learn in a very casual way that she could see the energy to the spirit world. And she can see that at a distance, and she has a beautiful gifts. And then I realized that she saw my aura, which is more strong than the regular people. But I didn't know that because she could see that. She was looking at me like that. And on the second session I had with her, she was looking at my chakras. She says, Carlos, you have something done by crystals. And I said, I never owned a crystal. I don't even know what crystals are for, which was the truth. She didn't understand that the meditation gives this extra energy. Because the meditation, the Reiki meditation, cleans the chakras, so we have more energy. The aura that we have is directly proportionally to the energy that the chakras have. If we have energy blockages, we don't have that much energy going through the chakras. So our aura is weak or small. So this is why the importance of meditation. And to be a good healer, we need to meditate, to be in contact with God. Prayer is great, but meditation is way deeper and powerful. So we are good and powerful. So we are going to practice the meditation. For the meditation, as I told you, if you cannot, you do whatever you want. But Mari, I want you to be with the spine straight, not laying against the, because when we lay the back against the back of the chair, the energy doesn't flow. Now, you have to be, it's a must. The hands on the thighs. For Vanessa, it's okay because she's pregnant. The hands ideally in the junction of the thighs and the abdomen. And it has to be straight. We move the look at me, the shoulders a little back, and then we relax. And now we take a deep breath and tense the whole body, counting to 5. It's something, I do a double breathing, so we do it 3 times. We tense the whole body from head to toes. This is to relax. When we relax the last time, we relax all the muscles of the body. And when we relax, we are taking away the energy from our body. So if we are relaxed, we are not putting energy in our body, except for the spine. We are going to do the prayer, the Mikao Sui prayer. We put the hands on the praying position in front of the chest, and just repeat after me. Just for today, I won't get angry. I won't get anxious. I won't be fearful. I will be grateful. I'll work diligently, and I treat everyone else in the right way. So we put the hands back in the junction of the thighs and the abdomen. So as I said, we are going to do a short meditation, meaning I will give the instruction, we practice for a couple of minutes, we go to the next one and the next one. So now it's extremely important that we put our attention on the spiritual eye. So we lift the eyes, look at me, like we are looking at something about 3 inches without straining, without making too much effort to the eyes. We look at that and then we close the eyelids. And we put our attention on the spiritual eye during the whole meditation. The other very important ingredient, when we meditate, we do it with devotion. Devotion is the love that we feel for God. Mari, you remember the experience in that church in Italy? So we remember that feeling that you have. And when we start the meditation, we do it with reverence because we are connected with the Spirit and with devotion. For you, Vanessa, this love that you have for your first baby, that is unconditional, is a love that is way beyond human love. And with that reverence and devotion, the attention and the spiritual eye, we just are aware of our breath. We are aware of our inhalation and exhalation, and we don't control the breath. We just observe our breath. When we inhale, we are breathing oxygen, and in that oxygen, it is embedded the prana, which is an intelligent energy. The definition of Reiki is a consciousness, a healing energy that is divinely guided. So that's the prana. So when we inhale, let's be conscious that we absorbing the prana, which is a direct manifestation of the spirit as an energy. And when we inhale, we are going to mentally say, thou art in me, with the consciousness of that energy, this prana that is entering our lungs and filling our whole physical and astral bodies. And when we exhale, we mentally say, I am in thee. Inhaling, thou art in me, and exhaling, I am in thee. Being aware of our breath and without forcing our breath. We do these breathing exercises to calm the breath, the breathing that calms the heart, and the mind is entrained, follows the heart. So eventually the mind will calm, which is one of the goals of meditation. Calm the mind. The attention on the spiritual eye and being aware of our breathing. Now we are going to practice the first Reiki meditation. We put our hands in the praying position that in Reiki is called Gassho position. The hands in the praying position touching the middle of the chest, which is the heart chakra. And this is not coincidence. And when we inhale, we visualize a light and energy entering the tip of our fingers, going through our fingers to the back of our hand, entering the heart chakra, going down the spine, through the solar plexus, and accumulating on the second chakra that is right below the navel, which is a very powerful chakra. It's the creativity and sexuality chakra. And when we inhale, we visualize that energy going up the spine, through the solar plexus, to the heart chakra, entering the back of our hands, going through our hands towards the tip of our fingers, exiting the fingers towards the infinite. I explain one more time. When we inhale, the energy enters the tip of our fingers, goes to the back of our hands, enters the heart chakra, goes down the spine, through the solar plexus, and is accumulated in the second chakra. During the inhalation, we visualize that sphere of light going up the spine, through the solar plexus, to the heart chakra, entering the back of our hands, going through the tip of our fingers and exiting. And because we are in the praying position, remember that reverence and devotion. Because contacting with this energy is contacting a direct manifestation of the spirit. Let's practice for a few minutes. And feel that energy, probably as a tingling or heat, going down, going from our hands to our spine, down, then up. Try to feel that energy. Remember the eyes lifted up to the spiritual eye. We relax the mind. We're going to put the hands in our laps. We're going to, that was called the Gassho meditation. Gassho means the praying position. We're going to practice the Hatsureiho meditation. When we inhale, we visualize the bright light of energy on the top of our head, which is the crown chakra. And when we start the inhalation, that sphere of energy or that bright light enters the top of our head, goes down our head, through our brain, down our neck, down the spine, going through all the chakras, and accumulating on the second chakra. We visualize like a sphere of energy getting bigger and bigger on the second chakra. And when the inhalation stops, there is a fraction of a second that the lungs don't move. And in that fraction of a second, we transfer that sphere of energy of the accumulated on the second chakra to all the cells of our body. We visualize that our whole body is full of light, like Jesus said. If your body is full of light, your eye will be single. That means that he saw the spiritual light, also his disciples. So in that fraction of a second, we transfer that energy to our whole body. We visualize that our whole body, all the cells of our body are with that light of energy. And when we exhale that energy through all the pores of our body towards the infinite. I explain one more time, and we practice for a few minutes. When we inhale, we visualize a bright light entering the top of our head, going through our brain. And when we are doing this, we are clearing from energy blockages, anything from the superficial level to the deepest level of energy blockages, our brain, all the chakras. So this is the importance of this. This is a very powerful pranayama or meditation. So the energy during the inhalation enters the top of our head, goes down our head, through our brain, down the neck, down the spine, through all the chakras, and is accumulated on the second chakra. When the inhalation stops, in that fraction of a second, we transfer that energy to all the cells of our body, and we exhale that energy through all the pores of our body in all directions, like a sphere towards the infinite. Let's practice for a few minutes. Again, we just follow the natural rhythm of our breathing. We don't force the breathing, the breath. Just accommodate the visualization to the normal inhalation and exhalation. Meaning when we inhale, we visualize that energy going down the spine, and we finish the visualization at the same time that our inhalation stops. We transfer the energy to our whole body. We exhale to all the pores of our bodies until the exhalation ends. And then we continue. We relax the mind, and on time, we will feel, on time means by the practice of this pranayama meditation, we are going to feel that peace, how the mind calms, first the breathing calms, then the heart comes down, and then the mind comes. We're going to practice the last Reiki meditation. Keep practicing that. I will look for a drawing that I want to show you. This meditation is called Chakra Caseid or Chakras meditation. We're going to inhale and exhale through every chakra. We're going to do it only once. When we inhale, we visualize, or we literally breathe energy into the root chakra at the base of the spine, and we fill up, we visualize like a sphere of energy getting bigger on the root chakra. And when we exhale that energy from the root chakra to all directions towards the infinite. Now, when we inhale, we visualize that energy going up the spine to the second chakra, right below the navel on the spine, and fill up the chakra with a sphere of energy. And we exhale that energy in all directions towards the infinite.
Now we inhale through the second chakra.
When we inhale, the energy goes up to the solar plexus, which is where the rib cage ends on the front of our chest. And this inhalation of energy fills up the solar plexus. And when we exhale that energy in all directions towards the infinite. Now we inhale through the solar plexus, the energy goes up to the heart chakra in the middle of the chest. And we exhale it in all directions towards the infinite. We inhale through the heart chakra, the energy goes up the spine to the throat chakra in the middle of the neck, and it's accumulated there. And we exhale it in all directions towards the infinite. We inhale through the throat chakra, the energy goes up to the medulla oblongata, which is the soft part at the back of the neck where the skull ends. We visualize this bright light accumulating on the medulla oblongata, and we exhale in all directions towards the infinite. Now we inhale through the medulla oblongata, and the energy goes up to the brain and to the front,
to our forehead,
between the eyebrows, to the spiritual eye. So makes a curve up to the brain and to the front,
to our forehead,
between the eyebrows. It's accumulated there, and we exhale in all directions towards the infinite. And so on. So I want you to do the reverse on your own and do whatever you remember. It doesn't matter if you skip one, if you don't remember, do everything that you remember. And it's okay. So we exhale through the spiritual eye, the energy goes back to the neck and down to the medulla oblongata. And then keep doing it to the root chakra on your own. We relax the mind and we spend now a minute or two just focus on the spiritual eye, nothing else. The spiritual eye is the energy and consciousness broadcasting station towards the spirit, towards doing distance healing, communicating with other people, sending peace and love. All that we do it with a deep attention on the spiritual eye. And our heart is the receiving station, where we can feel other people's energy or receive even energy or messages. And this is a time to practice devotion. We can say to the spirit, reveal thyself to me, reveal thyself to me, or whatever comes from your heart. Or I love you, God, I love you, God. And this is the time that we should pray for others or for our own needs, not before. When the mind is calm, when the heart is calm, we can pray for whatever we need or pray for another person. If we have a problem with another person, we can visualize that person and say peace and love, peace and love, peace and harmony, peace and harmony. Or ask for whatever we may need. We relax the mind and we put the hands on the praying position and we say the Gokai, which is the principles of Reiki. This is the only prayer that we say. So repeat after me. Just for today, I won't get angry. I won't get anxious. I won't have fear. I will be grateful. I will work diligently. And I will be kind to others. So we put the hands in the laps and that concludes our meditation.